Hey, we're back. Welcome.
Hi, welcome into, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. Oh, my first apron.
Your first apron.
Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy. I'm Paul.
And I'm second apron.
And your name is?
Judy.
Judy. Anyway,
Judy.
We have one of our favorite meals, well, certainly one of my favorite meals.
He hasn't been able to wait to show you this meal.
I have been chomping at the bit, literally. And it's going to be the perfect filet mignon, medium rare, prepared medium rare. So let me first tell you everything that you're going to need. First of all, you have to have a cast iron skillet. I know that's on your storefront. It's not expensive, it's pre-seasoned. It is the only way. Now,
and what he means, by the way, by storefront is at the bottom of the video, I'll put a link for the things that we're using in our cooking demonstrations so that if there's one of these things that you need, you'll know where to find it.
Okay. Olive oil, butter. Judy's has the makings for a salad.
I'm just making this. Oh, and garlic.
Garlic, salt and pepper. If you prefer to have a rub on your steak, you can do that, but you're not going to need it after you learn how to do one the way that I do it.
So you've given me the job, the task of getting the garlic cloves ready. How many do you need?
Two cloves.
Okay.
Okay, well then I'll tell you how we're going to do that and what we're going to do with that as well.
Okay.
And very important, we're probably just about 5 minutes away from perfect. This is your filet mignon, and it is one of the tenderest and most juiciest and flavorful steaks that you can get. These are about, I want to say, 6 ounces a piece. But I want to talk a little bit about the USDA designations, because sometimes people get confused about that.
Okay.
Okay, so USDA Prime, which is usually what I get, and that is going to be the most marbling and the most flavored. Does it cost a little bit more? Yes.
That was going to be my next question. Do you have to go to a special store or a special butcher to find a really good quality filet?
No, you don't.
Okay.
In fact,
just a grocery store butcher can do it for you.
Butcher can do it for you.
Okay.
But if you ever wondered and it says prime or it says choice or it says select, and what does that mean? As I said, I normally get prime, but in the days of the pandemic, sometimes they're out of things that you really want.
Yeah.
This is choice. And choice is still good. It's the next level. It's still a superior cut of steak. It's not as marbleized as the prime would be, but you can still see the marbling. That's what we call marbling.
May I?
Yes, you may do that.
Just show it to the camera so they can see exactly what you're talking about,
right,
and what to look for. What thickness is this?
You know, I call about 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick.
Yeah,
okay?
It's a pretty decent size.
And so you're going to really know how long to cook it by that. So that's your choice of that. One thing that I have to get going, because Judy will be mad at me if I don't have it going. We're going to have 2 choices of Cabernet today. This is one of our favorites. It's an aviary from California. It's a 2018. We're going to start with that one. And then we're going to see if this one can dethrone it. This is a Columbia from Washington State. Also a beautiful Cabernet. The difference is the aviary I told you about was $14.95. This one is $12.95. It might vary in your location.
We like to sometimes do taste tests, and the best way to do it is on the same night that you're having the same meal is open up a couple bottles, and then we get completely different glasses.
That's
We
right.
haven't done the blind taste yet, although a lot of times, because he knows his wine so well, it'll be a blind taste test for me, because then you'll just pour another glass and I won't know what
which.
Or I'll know what I was drinking, but then I'll not know what the new one is that you just brought out.
Okay, first things first.
Okay, am I doing the garlic now too?
The first things first, I have to season this, but I'm also going to put olive oil in the pan. The first question people say, stovetop or oven? What's a better way to do the filet? The answer is both, and I'm going to show that to you.
Now what about grilling as opposed to indoor cooking of a steak?
Well, grilling can be fine. The same rules are going to apply that I'm going to teach you now, whether it's on the grill or not. So the next question is olive oil or butter? The answer is both.
Yes.
And we're going to tell you why.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't do my job and pour out our aviary. Actually, I'll let you do that. I'll let you decant.
I'll decant.
Can you decant?
By the way, even these things, even the decanter and the decanty stuff that goes with it,
All right.
the sifter, is in the link below.
The single most important part, the part that probably most of you neglect, particularly those of you that might be just saying, hey, it's the 4th of July, I'm going to go out with the family, I'm going to throw some steaks on the grill, and we're going to see how that comes out, all right? First step, you have this beautiful filet that you spent some money for. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do is before you even start, take it out of the refrigerator and let it sit for about 30 minutes. They call that let it kind of rest. Let it come to temperature, come to room temperature. Don't go right from the refrigerator and throw it on the heat. Now, you're going to want to get, I always forget which is which over here. You're going to get this going on the medium-high heat, okay? I've already put olive oil in there. I didn't do the butter yet, but I am going to do the butter. You can start smashing our cloves of
Mashing
garlic.
and smashing.
Smashing our cloves of garlic.
My favorite job.
And then the reason I don't add the butter yet, you're going to get to where your olive oil is just smoking a little bit. Oh wait, I'm going to do my seasoning too first. So let me do that.
And you said 2 cloves of garlic you
Correct.
want? Okay.
And I want you to be very generous with your salt and pepper or whatever rub that you might want to use. And I not only want you to do it on both sides. I had to lean over like this to talk to you. I'll bring it a little closer, then I don't have to do that.
Okay, I want to alert you that I have a very large butcher knife in my hand right now. And I'm going to
Duly
use
noted.
the butt of it, right? This is what you've taught me to do. And just push down, mash it, and then that makes it easy to take the skin off of it.
Love it.
And then after the skin is off, you just want me to toss it into
You're
the
going to
pan.
drop it in here when it starts to heat up a little bit. When you are seasoning your steak, as I'm doing now, I do it on the sides too, because as we said, this is about a 2-inch thick. And I'm going to show you the technique that is best for using both your cast iron skillet and your oven, preheated, incidentally, to 435 degrees.
435, not 450, not 400, not 425, but 435. That's pretty precise.
That's what I do.
Okay.
Now, getting the temperature right. Now we are medium rare folks, which reminds me, I didn't bring one of my most important mise en place.
I don't think I mashed this good
Or
enough.
the, what's that now?
I'm going to mash it harder. I don't think I have the strength, even though I
you know,
do
I
get
think
fit with Judy.
Actually, I think
I need more arm workout for
I
this.
think I put my other thing.
Oh yeah,
in
that's
this.
Do you
drawer.
want this to break up a little bit, or just the 2 full cloves just throw in like that? Do you want me to break it up a little bit
Smash it a
more?
little bit more. It'll allow more flavor out. Now what we're going to do, we're going to allow that garlic to do its job.
Okay.
But right now I've seasoned this. Another thing that your seasoning does on your steak, that salt brings a little bit more of the moisture back to the surface. So when you are going to really nail this with the pan searing really, really hot, it's going to be just as flavorful as it can be. Now again, no butter yet. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more. It's being a little too slow for me. We're right now at 345 degrees on our oven, so we're going to be just perfect. Now, this is not going to take very long. I'll describe to you what we're going to do, and then we'll demonstrate it for you.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make myself useful, and I'm going to make our Caesar
Make a
salad.
salad? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need me to pour you a glass?
I would love that.
Well, I can't do that and explain. I'll let you pour that in. Oh, no, you're making a salad. I'll do that. So this first going to start off in the cast iron skillet. We're going to watch this until we see it just beginning to maybe smoke a little bit. I would make sure you have some tongs too, because the way that I'm going to do this, and there's a couple of different ways that you can check the temperature of your steak. As I said, if you're going to do a medium rare, that's going to be about 135 degrees, I want to say. But what people don't realize, I talked about the first most important step, which was to take it out of the refrigerator and let it sit for about 30 minutes before you season it and then put it into the pan here. The second most important thing is going to come at the very end. And this is a mistake I was making a lot over the years. I thought when this reaches 130 degrees, I take it off, and it's going to be a perfect medium rare. And then Judy would keep saying to me, well, it's a little overdone. And that's because your food will continue to cook when you take it off of the heat. So we're going to say that when we're done demonstrating the cooking of this, you're going to have to let it rest for about 5 minutes on the plate because the temperature will continue to rise. So I take it out. When I have it pretty much down to a science. When I put the meat thermometer in, it'll show about 120. It'll continue to climb over those 5 minutes till it's just about perfect. We will slice into it, and you're going to say, oh my gosh, isn't Paul and Judy, aren't they the best cooks in the world?
This is interesting.
What?
Chipotle cheddar.
Oh.
When I looked into it, I'm used to seeing more of that 3-color tortilla
Oh,
strips.
yes, yes.
Did you realize that
Didn't
you
I smell that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been the only one they had.
These are the tortilla strips. Sometimes we use those instead of croutons in our salad.
Okay, just see how this is smoking?
Oh, are you ready for the garlic?
Oh, yeah, throw that in there. Throw that baby in there.
Okay.
See how
Don't want you to
this is
forget it.
doing? Okay, this is good. All right. Then add a little bit more olive oil. Now, the reason I wait a little bit on the butter is now we got this pan nice and hot and how we want it to be. I'm going to be doing the steak for about 3 minutes on here. I'll show you. Actually, I'll do closer to 4 minutes. I'm going to do the steak in here. Okay. The butter is going to add a fabulous flavor, and you're going to notice that I'm going to be basting it in its own flavor here. But if you put the butter in too soon, the butter starts to burn. So I just kind of put it on here and let it sort of do its thing.
Doesn't that look amazing?
And what we're going to do is set this for 4 minutes.
I know you wish you were here in person. But now you'll know how to do it a delicious way the next time you prepare steak.
Another very important lesson here, Judy. The tendency a lot of people have is to constantly want to flip the steak. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that it has a good 2 minutes on this side, because then it's going to sear, the juices are going to be seared inside, and it's not going to stick to the pan. If you ever notice, whether you're grilling or in a pan like this, where you feel like, oh, it's tearing,
Yeah.
that's because it is.
Oh.
So you want to give a good 2 minutes here, and what I'm going to do is I'll get 2 minutes on the other side of that, and then, 1 minute on the other side, and then a minute on the outer edges.
Yeah, that was something that the last time that he made the steaks, after kind of looking it up and seeing how a number of different people are creative with the way that they prepare fillets, he said, I'm going to take it and use the tongs and turn the steak on the side, so it's not just the top and the bottom, so you're getting that nice seared flavor throughout, but then it keeps it from overcooking.
Yeah.
So it's just it's really a dance, isn't it?
And you know what it also means? Every bite you have is going to have that incredible flavor to it.
Yeah, as if you went to the
right.
richest steakhouse in your city and decided to treat yourself to this top of the line steak.
All right, I'm ready to do my first one. Could you do me one more favor?
Sure.
Give me a bigger spoon. I did not get my mise en place, because that's how I'm going to baste this.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm jealous of me.
Here you go.
Okay, I'll need that in a minute. I'm going to let it do its thing on that side, then I'm going to do the...
Do you want
then
the
I'll
little
baste-
silicone handle? Or
Nope.
don't you need it?
I
Does it
don't
not
need it
get
now.
hot?
Nope.
Oh, it doesn't get hot at the end?
No.
Good.
It's the silicone handles for after I take it out of the oven.
Okay.
That reminds me, I better have my oven mitts. Because that's the other great thing about these cast iron skillets, is that they are spectacular on the stovetop, and they can go into the oven, I think probably up to 800 degrees.
We bought that pan especially for doing these steaks. We bought another one, and I'll show it to you. I think if it's right here.
Speaking
that
of
I've
our
shown you in
silicone.
the past, that we also bought especially for our Sunday tradition of making our brie appetizer. And we have the little silicone handle that goes with it, but it's the same company, it's the same kind of pan. So we definitely get weekly use out of these things.
I know some people that will do this recipe will add rosemary to it.
Oh, that'd be good.
We just like the garlic, the butter, the olive oil, and then the salt and pepper.
We're more purists when it comes
yeah.
to steak and our salmon.
Right.
Olive oil, butter, olive oil, salt and pepper.
Oh my God, this is so... All right, now I'm to the point where I'm going to do my...
I'm going to take that out of the way so they can see you.
I don't know if you can see this from here, but notice they'll stand on their
that.
edge by themselves.
Yeah.
And I do that about maybe 15, 20 seconds, and then I'll go this one, and then I still have
So
one more edge
partly
to
the
get.
thickness of the steak is allowing you to do that too,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is very helpful.
Now sometimes if they're kind of off kilter, I lean them against one another. The leaning power of filet. But let's see.
I hope I get one of those garlics on my plate along with my steak.
You can, if you talk to the
Good
chef,
to cut it up and
you might be able to accommodate
little bites
you
with
on that.
each bite of steak.
Okay.
You need some plates too. So today we decided that we've had enough starch over the last couple days, so we decided a lot of times we'll do a baked potato, and we usually split one. But I didn't think early enough to put it in the oven. I didn't want to hold us up or hold you up, so we're just going to do salad and steak tonight and red wine.
Okay.
Do we
This
have the
is
glasses
salad.
ready for the red wine too? Or not
I
yet?
didn't do that yet. Okay.
You've had a lot on your mind.
I do, including turning this on. Okay, now this is the fun part. 'Cause what we're going to do is all of this wonderful butter and garlic. You have your own little, I guess, roux, for lack of a better term. Little sauce in here. And if you want me to put one on top of yours, so just bake in there.
I would love it.
But what's going to happen?
Now, is this still a part of the 1 minute on the other side, or is this in addition to everything
Yeah, it's
you've
just
done?
in addition, it's as I said, it's really more of a kind of
It's going over the oven.
science, but it's really more of an art.
So how long does it stay in the oven at
Now,
435?
it says, I would say 6 to 8 minutes, and again, I never know how yours is going to be.
Okay.
But since I gave it a little extra love for the time that it was in the pan, we can turn this off now. I didn't feel the need, because don't forget, because it's in a cast iron skillet, it will continue to cook anyway if you just set it on a plate. But if I see the temperature's not doing what I want it to, I leave it in the cast iron skillet to rest a little bit. And
Okay.
so I want it to be the proper medium rare.
Look at that. Tell you what I'll do. I'll put it right over here so everyone can see
Okay.
the beautiful finished product.
Okay, I'm going to, may I have a plate? And I'm not going to serve mine with the garlic on top.
Okay. Oh, that looks beautiful. And it's actually not too juicy. So there. Now, I think we should cut into one of them.
No.
You don't want to show them?
No, we got a 5-minute
Oh,
wait,
that's
remember?
right. That's right. I forgot.
That's the most important part.
My bad.
So Judy just asked
That's why I
that because
don't
she knew
try
the
to do
answer to
this.
it.
Oh, you know what we should do? While we have to wait, can we put some of that goodness over the
Sure,
steaks?
sure we can.
I need your help because I don't have a
All
mitt.
right, I got it. I don't really need this anymore. Goodness.
The goodness.
But first, I want to see how we're doing.
Okay.
That's going to be about perfect.
Can I turn it towards them?
Yep.
Okay, so what are they looking for?
Okay.
As they're looking?
Now this is my thermometer. So normally it might go lower, but see it starts there at 140. So right now we look like we're at about 120, 120-ish, and you're going to see that continue to rise. And that's the lesson about you have to be patient. Hey, you can pull those a little closer. I don't want to set this on the...
Oh, these.
All right, you're going to get another one, huh?
Yay.
Now again, that's olive oil, that's butter. I put garlic in there. Some will like to go for some rosemary in there. That would be 130.
Okay.
So it was at 120 before.
Okay.
And what we want it to be is about 135, and we have 3 more minutes as it is still rising. Remember that food, I don't care if it's fish, pork, chicken, burgers, hot dogs, when you take them off of the heat, they are continuing to cook. So if you take it off and it's a perfect 135, congratulations, your medium rare just became a medium. Yes.
Can I have that other one if you don't want it?
Yeah, you can have it. It's going to cost you.
I know. And more of the one yummy sauce, too.
Right.
I'm not too demanding.
Much.
I just hate to see it go to waste. Thank you. You want some more on yours?
Yeah, why not? Okay.
Start with the trend.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
So it's ended up a beautiful, perfect medium rare each time. So remember your timing on this. I'm doing about 4 minutes total in the pan. I do 2 on one side, 1 on the other, and the last one around all the edges. and then I put it in the oven at 435 degrees. I've played around. Sometimes I do 415, sometimes I do 435. So I felt the thickness of these, I go 435.
I'm looking at the thermostat again. Or the thermometer, the thermostat. What do they call malapropisms?
Yeah.
When you say the wrong word, but you mean the right thing?
Crosby was the...
I'm terrible.
famous for
I'm the
that.
worst. Oh, maybe not the worst.
No.
We know somebody who's a little bit. We won't name names.
We will not name names. I would never think of doing that. Look at you with your 2 garlic cloves open.
I know. You want to sleep in the other room tonight? Because I'm going to have a very aromatic scent.
Yes, you will. All right, I think we're just about ready. Have another minute. I know you're chomping at the bit.
It's just, you know, it's so counterintuitive to have
wait, yeah.
to have it sit there and be nice and hot and not want to dig
We're perfect. Well, you know what? I'll let you slice into yours.
Oh, you are going to let me do mine first. All right, you want me to do it in the middle so they can see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, of course, it's always going to be a little bit more done on your edges.
Yeah. Wow.
Perfect.
Look at that, Paul.
It's time to go.
Be sure to subscribe to the bottom lower right-hand side of the video, and there's a little bell next to it. So if you ring it, you'll always be notified when another In the Kitchen with Paul and Judy comes your way. Thank you so much for joining us. Bon appetit.